Welcome back, everybody, and in today's episode we are going to have a look back on our Hogna Miami, which is the Florida field spider or wolf spider. Now you regulars would have known that when we done our rehousing we got ourselves a mature female, and we've been looking for a male. Well, we finally found one, and it's time to get them together and see if we can't breed them. So they have some fascinating behaviour, and hopefully you will see in this video some of that. So here we go, let's go and have a look. See you soon. Right, now it's the 20th of February and we're about to pair our Hogna Miami, the Florida wolf spider or the Florida field spider. Now these guys are absolutely incredible. You can see there the male in the background. This is the female in the front. And you'll notice there that we always introduce the males to the females' enclosure. Now these guys are very, very quick spiders, so they're a little bit tentative when they first meet. See a little bit of leg movement there from the male. Now the wolf spiders generally are a very, very easy spider to take care of, to look after. But they are absolutely fascinating. Very active spiders. Look, you can see he's checking out. He can probably pick up her scent off of these logs now. She's not... Oh, there she goes. See what we mean about the speed. Very, very fast. Now you notice there that really spurred him on. You see how he's got his legs up in the air, pedipalps on the floor. Lots of very frantic leg flicking here from the male. He is very keen. Now you'll see from the enclosure here, they do like quite a high humidity, but a dry enclosure. And we can maintain this by just keeping some moisture in the soil, which will give us the humidity that we require, but allow the enclosure to remain dry. See that very frantic flick in there? She doesn't seem too interested at the moment, but this is often the way. He needs to really work on her at this stage. Oh, no, maybe not. No, perhaps he's given up. He's thought maybe she's not worth it. I'm going to go and check out the surrounding area, I think. Notice that flicking of his abdomen. These are all good signs. He's actually in very, very good condition and really ready to pair. Now these guys have incredible eyesight and they are very movement orientated. So when it comes to feed times, these guys will actively hunt down their prey and chase it, literally chase it down until they catch it. Now what we've done here, we've tried to set up a fairly naturalistic enclosure here. These guys don't require a lot of space. As is with most spiders, if they've got fresh water, plenty of food, there is no reason for them to be, roaming around. If your spider is constantly roaming around, then there generally is something wrong. They are not a happy spider. So what we want to do is we want to fully understand these guys and their requirements when we house them. Now you also note here as well that the female is quite a bit larger than the male. She's much stockier. The male is quite a gangly looking thing, very leggy, small abdomen. You'll see she has a large robust abdomen, but the male, he has more of a cylindrical abdomen. Now, as is usual when we come to pairing our spiders, they quite often try to get it on in the most awkward places, as these two are now. Now let you see the introduction here now. You notice they both stand in their ground. So we're getting to the point now where we're just having a little chat and a bit of an introduction. You see there, she's playing hard to get. He's not giving up though. She's skirting around. See how they face each other? You can see there the size. He's far leggier than her. Very, very long legs. And this is to enable him to be able to protect himself, and when it comes to pairing, he will need those long legs. Now, as the courtship starts, you can see there that she's making him work for it. He's having to come to her. And he's so loved up, he's actually displaying to the paintbrush. As you can see there, we put her back in the enclosure and she promptly came back out the other side. Now at this point now you might think to yourself, "Cool, they're going to escape," but they're not. Love is in the air and there is only one thing on their minds. So we're going to pop her back in. There she is. Now this male at the moment, you see, he is so switched on that he is actually reacting to any kind of movement. So we need to get him to get back in the enclosure and concentrate on the job in hand. What stunning coloration these guys have. Absolutely beautiful. Now he's just getting his faculties back together again now and working out where she is. See this flagging of the legs. This arm waving. These guys talk to each other so much, it's incredible to watch. Here he comes. Here we go. Now look, she's responded as well. Here we go. You notice how she stays face on, and here we are. Copulation has begun. Now you'll notice here, now she's throbbing her body, her whole body is moving. Now what he's done is he's climbed on top, and you see there he flicks her abdomen to the side. There you go. She lifts it as well to help him, and he's inseminating her with his pedipalps as we speak. And he'll go from side to side. Here we go. We swap again. We go to the other side. You notice how she's throbbing. All of her legs are actually up in the air. You can see that she's only actually got one leg that's actually in contact with the bark. And it'll be the same on the other side. You know that these guys actually copulate in a different way to the tarantulas. These are true spiders. He's not giving up. Look at that. He's found the mark. He's well away. She's hanging on for dear life now. He knows he needs to get the job done. Be careful. Oh, there we go. She's had enough. You see the way that she flicked him off there? He's landed in the water bowl. But the job is done. There you can see now she's coming out. She's turning back round to face him. See how her movements are much slower now. Now then, this is what she's doing now. Is she's actually waving to him, but in a way of, it's time for you to leave. Now he's responding. He's not quite ready. He's just cleaning himself up now. You see that? He's cleaning his pedipalps. Time for a drink. That was thirsty work. Now she's just said to him, time to leave again, and she's now retiring herself. What an amazing copulation. And as you see there, it doesn't take very long. Notice how, as she's walking away now, she's very, very relaxed. Compared to how they were in the beginning, where she was quite frantic in her movements, she has slowed down completely. As has he. You can see there he's having a drink. He's cleaning his pedipalps up. He's just keeping a little eye out just to make sure that she's not sneaking up on him. But you notice there was very, very little in the way. There was no aggression there really between them. He's having another drink there. One thing we have noticed with the wolf spiders, they do require quite a bit. There you go. He's just had a poo in the water bowl. Just washing his bum now. Dirty little soul. You'll also note in the enclosure that there's not much in the way of web. And that's because these guys don't really web up as such. They will web up a little tunnel where they live in their lair, but you won't see much in the way of web outside, which is a really nice thing from a keeper's point of view, because we can have a lovely looking enclosure and they just come out and they just enjoy it without webbing it all up. Now he's having a good clean up now, cleaning his pedipalps and his fangs. You'll notice that whenever the spiders do anything, they will always return to having a clean. And she's quite relaxed up there now. That's one very happy spider. Absolutely beautiful, these guys. As you see, we've been in no rush to remove the male. Everyone's behaving themselves. And it's just interesting to watch the actual behaviour after the event, to see what they get up to. You can see there he's cleaning away. You also notice there that the stiff hairs on his legs are almost like spikes. These are very, very important. These feel vibration through the air and through the ground, which allows him to be able to detect prey or danger. You'll also note there that his fangs are sideways, whereas with our tarantulas they go backwards underneath the body. And this is one other reason it shows he's a true spider. It's the difference in the way their fangs are actually built. Notice those huge great eyes as well. These are a true hunting spider. Fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. Little stretch. Time for a little wander. See those hairs now on the legs that we were talking about? These will detect any movement within the air or from the ground. Which is another reason when pairing these guys that you're very, very careful not to make sudden movements. We don't want knocks and bangs on the enclosure because they feel them like an earthquake. What a stunning spider. Absolutely handsome, isn't he? He's done a good job today. Now then, after pairing, roughly a week after pairing, she came out and had a drink, which you just saw there very briefly. And then, within 14 days of pairing, we had an egg sac. So on the 6th of the 3rd, she laid an egg sac. Now, she didn't appear again until some 40 days later. 40 days later. Where she had babies.
There's a little one there. Now I think the actual gestation for these, here she is. She's just coming out. Look at all those babies all over her. Now she's coming out for a drink because we have just sprayed the enclosure. And as we said earlier on, the wolf spiders do require a lot of drinking water. They're very thirsty little beasts. So yeah, it was 40 days after the actual egg sac was laid that she appeared with these youngsters all over her back. And they stay on there now for a good week or so before they disperse around the enclosure. Now the actual gestation of this egg sac before hatching, I would imagine would have been around about 28 to 30 days. But she would have kept them underground, underneath that log there. You'll notice within this video that we've actually angled a piece of bark up across the enclosure, and this was to give her somewhere to hide. And she actually built her burrow, which we will see shortly, underneath that piece of log. And it also means that she can come out, get a drink, and just mooch about a little bit without feeling totally threatened, because she's still, to all intents and purposes, hiding under the log. Now you see the young slings here. Some of them have actually left her and are wandering around all over the place. So this is like 40 days after the egg sac was laid, which is why we think that they actually hatched around about 28 to 30 days, because these are very mature little slings really. Now this is where we've taken the bark off, and you can see that is her lair under there. She's built that tunnel. What a marvellous thing to look at. It's absolutely incredible what she's done there. And that is the egg sac that you can see in the bottom. Now literally straight after, pretty much, once these babies had gone, within a week or two she had laid again, and she has in fact double clutched. And it's been 2 months from when she was first paired that she has double clutched. What an amazing spider.
Well then, what did you think to that? That was pretty amazing, weren't it? Now you would have noticed there with the wolf spiders, very different behaviour to our tarantulas. So the breeding programs that we've done with our tarantulas, you'd have seen the way they breed. When they're females, they rear up, and the males come in and they literally go underneath them like that, and they pair with them. With the true spiders, as you saw with the wolf spider, it's the opposite. He actually comes in, goes over the top of her, and then sort of grips her, and then flicks her over sideways and inseminates her. Then he goes to the other side and inseminates on the other side as well. So it's really, really cool. And you saw with their courtship there, at first they were a little bit complacent with one another, didn't really show a lot of interest, but perseverance paid off. And then you would have seen how the female, how she went from being a little bit tearing around, she was a little bit sort of fractious to begin with, but the male didn't give up. He carried on, and he was quite dominant in what he was doing. And you'll see also there that he was, by the time he'd fully become committed, he would react to any kind of movement. So it was really, really quite cool. And to see all those babies at the end, what a marvellous, marvellous thing. Now, as we said in the video, she has actually double clutched, and she's sitting on eggs again as we speak. So we will wait and see. Now these spiders have the ability to lay a number of sacs through one pairing. So it's anyone's guess as to how many she will lay. Now she's been tucked away now for the last couple of weeks, so probably another week or so and we'll have babies again. So they're rather a remarkable spider, and very, very interesting. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. Not often we see spiders all over the back of their mum, is it? We see them running around. I thought that was pretty amazing, and rather special to actually witness as well. So well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. And don't forget, be calm, be gentle, and love your spiders. I'll see you soon, guys.